What is up, YouTube? I am Galilite74 here, bringing you our Week 9 battle of Matt Oshean's Ocean League. This week we take on our division rival, Jay, or also known as Young Jiggy, coach of the Philadelphia Flygons. We have faced him in the season before, and this is our second matchup with him for the season. We are currently going into this game with a 5-3 record, while he is going into this game with a 4-4 record. Now, last time we faced, spoilers in a second, we went into this game with it both with a 2-0 record, so one of us was going to take our first loss, and unfortunately we did end up taking our first loss in that game. However, he did end up going 4-0 and has lost 4 games in a row now, so he's not really on a hot streak right now, but that doesn't mean to take him lightly because he is a very good battler and he's got a very good team. With that being said, unlike last time, I didn't really had the most effort with this game, not because I was taking it lightly, of course. It was just because I had 2 playoff games that same exact week, so those were a little more of a priority. But this week, my focus is a lot more here, and the effort is going to be way higher. However, I did kind of tweak the team a little bit, so it wasn't the fullest, because there is a very good chance that I could face Jiggy in the playoffs if I do, decent for the rest of the season. So I didn't want to reveal a full strategy, and that is why there's going to be a short team builder again. I wanted to originally just put a whole, show you everything, but again, just in case I do face him in playoffs, only because it is pretty likely, I will not go over. I will skim through the team, and stuff that was revealed I'll probably say out loud, but outside of that, it's just going to be a quick team builder. I'm going to go over his team, though. His team consists of Mega Mawile, Darkrai, Mew with Z moves, Munium Z is allowed, by the way, Komodo, Amoonguss, Galvantula, Alomomola, Dusk Noir, Gligar, Stoutland, and Magmar. So that is his team. His team has not changed since last time. The trade deadline has gone, by the way, so I cannot make any more transactions, so he's stuck with that team, and I'm stuck with my team. The Pokemon I decided to bring were Mega Charizard Y, Florges, Slowbro, Zeraora, Probopass, and Mienshao. Mega Charizard Y is a pretty standard Mega Charizard Y that does have Defog on it. It does not have Roost because I did originally have Roost on the set, but I didn't really see myself clicking it too much. So if I can Defog Rocks away, because Rocks really only hurt Charizard, but I mean getting them away at least makes it so I can come in a few times on this team. Florges was just basically not shown in this battle, so I want to save the set for later because I kind of enjoyed it. We have a Slowbro that last time I faced him, I brought an Assault Vest variant, while this time I am bringing a little more of a defensive variant with a little bit of special attack. We have Zeraora that is Flinium Z, probably one of the cooler sets I brought this season because Flinium Z is kind of something you don't see, especially on Zeraora at least, so I thought that would be a really cool bring. We have Probopass, which is kind of a way to deal with Mawile. If I can't 1v1 it, I can at least get it down to some really, really low health. And I have Volt Switch as well, because slow Volt Switch is really nice against this team. And we got Mienshao, which is a little more of a bulkier set. Still fast with Fake Out because... Fake Out, I forget why I bought Fake Out, but there was definitely a reason. And it's mainly here just for kind of Darkrai, because Darkrai doesn't do a crazy ton considering how frail Mienshao is, so there's that. And that is the very, very quick team builder for you guys. Again, I'm probably going to bring some of these sets back. Not all of them, of course, but definitely something back here. So I'm going to try and keep these sets as hidden as possible. And if we don't even face them, then, that sucks. I might throw the sets after I realize that, but, Anyway, that is it for the team builder, and we're going to go straight into Pokemon Showdown and watch the battle. Okay, so here we are in the battle, and the first thing I'm noticing is that he did not bring the Fat Fish, which was kind of a problem in the last game, so I'm kind of glad not to see that. He's brought more of an offensive team, which does fit his playstyle more, so understandable. I decided to leave with Mienshao, and this first turn is really big because he misses his Hypnosis as I'm able to get a Fat U-turn off, and I can just hand the Zeraora and collect Plasma Fist. That was pretty big because if he had Hypnosis, Nasty Plot, Dark Pulse, Sludge Bomb, that wrecks house for my team, so that was a really big deal. I go for Plasma Fist here because I don't really have a drawback at this point. I can just go into Charizard on this Gligar because Gligar is not the greatest mon, and Charizard can do well against it as long as I get in before Rocks, which I do. And I'm going to go for Flamethrower, and it actually does live the hit, so it definitely has some special defense bulk in this thing. He just throws off a Toxic, which is just fine because something on his team is definitely dying, or unless he wants to take chip on basically everything. So there's that. I'm going to defog these rocks away. I'm sure he wasn't expecting that, as he just goes to the roost. So now he's got to either sack something or go into a Komodo, as he does decide to sack off the Gligar, which is pretty good for me because the only thing really stopping Zeraora from going in on his team is a Gligar, and a Amoonguss to an extent, which actually comes out now, and he actually does let me damage it. And I knew an AV Amoonguss would live a flamethrower, but it's fine with me because getting off a lot of damage on Amoonguss is good enough for me. Yeah, Charizard goes down here, which is kind of sucks because Mawile still doesn't hit the field, but again, Gligar's gone, and Amoonguss is out of health where Zeraora can basically knock it out, but I'm going to go for Substitute, expecting him to switch out because Amoonguss does really good against my team, and letting it die would not be good. Here, he messaged me telling me that his Intimidate didn't save, but it didn't matter. But, I mean, if it was a Swords Dance set, then it probably would have mattered. I don't know if he did have Swords Dance, because spoiler, he doesn't use it in the game here. As I'm just going to the Probopass here, because Probopass has Magnet Pull, and he's going to go for Play Rough, and that does basically, like, nothing really. Plasma Fist Plasma Fist was supposed to do, like, just over half, which was kind of weird considering this Earth Power killed, because Earth Power was also supposed to do just around half, or a little less than half, so I'm not sure what his EVs were on there. It's definitely max HP, or not max, a decent amount of HP. Here he's going to send in Komodo, and I'm going to just Volt Switch out, because I don't really need Probopass. I don't want him, like, yeah, just in case he pulled some double or whatever. I'm going to go to Slowbro, as he does bring Belly Drum again with the Salac Berry and the Substitute, but the thing is, if he's got sub Salac with Belly Drum, then he's definitely going to have some 2 move Saw Syndrome, because he only's got 2 attacks, as he just does the Poison Jab, which does a lot of damage, but luckily I do get off the Psychic on the Komodo, and Komodo goes down, so things are looking really good in our favor right now. A lot of the things that are going down on his team, I don't really need. Like, I don't need Slowbro anymore now because of the Komodo being gone, as this is a really big turn here, as he goes for Calm Mind, and I go for Toxic to poison this thing to put on a timer. Now, he did tell me after the battle that he did have Substitute, and if he would have clicked it, he would have won, which is 100% true, because if this Mew set up on my face, I didn't really have much for it outside of Toxic. I clicked Toxic again because I don't want him heal belling the Toxic off. I need this thing on a timer, as I'm just going to let Slowbro die to the poison from the Poison Gem. I'm going to go to the Mienshao now because I do have the Fake Out, as I did say earlier, as I'm going to go for it, which is actually proving to be really useful because of the Toxic damage that is going to wear up now, as he's taking 19%. I'm just going to go for Knockoff now because it does a little more than U-turn, and I don't really have any reason to U-turn out into something else. I can just let Mienshao die here as Mienshao gets blown back into the next dimension. But luckily, Mew is down to its last legs. It's either it has to recover here or get rid of this Toxic. Whether or not, I'm going to use Substitute in the Zeraora because a free sub is always nice. But he is just going to go for Psychic, allowing me not to have that. And the Mew goes down, and basically this is the game unless he goes Amoonguss, switches out, and on my Fly Z sacks the Darkrai, because then I can't really kill it, and I would have to sell it. It's confusing. But luckily he does not, and I can Flynium Z this thing, and this thing is dead, and Darkrai does not take a Plasma Fist. So compared to my Teambuilder where I was talking at a nice pace, I was talking really fast here. But that is the game. GG to Jay. This was a pretty fun battle. Again, he definitely would have won if he used Substitute on Mew the first turn he brought in Slowbro, and probably if he hit the Hypnosis on the Mienshao, but Hypnosis is 60% accurate, not the most accurate move ever, and then Substitute. But anyway, we are going to move up to a nice 6-3 record. Basically, when we're looking at the playoff picture, we are sitting pretty comfortable. We have to win one more game in order to clinch comfortably, and we could possibly lose all 3 games and still make it. It's definitely possible. I'm definitely going to try and win one more game, but that's it for that. Thank you all for watching this game. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you like Pokemon content, consider subscribing to the channel, as I upload Draft League content every week. Next week we take on the Matt Metagross, as his name, coach of the Washington Redskitty. I believe he is the division leader for the other division in our conference. He has got a rain team, and that's going to be pretty interesting against my team, if you see my team, obviously. But thank you guys for watching. I'm going to get out of here. Have a fantastic day, YouTube.